Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. I have the inverter brought over here, and I'm just going to turn the propane on to the gas fireplace here. And I gotta get this guy going because I want to check the CFMs on this blower motor. So let's go do that. I don't have the power pack on right now because I gotta open up the fireplace and clean up some of the mess here. You guys see okay? Yeah, I'll turn you a little bit because this is gonna swing out. Now I haven't touched this since the move, guys, so I gotta open it up and make sure to tidy everything up off the burners. So that looks okay. Air's coming in nicely into here. I can feel it right here. So what I'm going to do is light this guy up. I got to switch it to pilot. And I got to hold it for a long time. Because the reason is because I got to get all the air out of the line now. And you won't be able to see it, but down here is the pilot light. Now I can smell propane now. So I just got to kind of bleed out the air carefully and then light this guy up. But normally it takes a while because that's the way it is. I haven't checked the outside to make sure everything's good inside the vent. I should do that, but I don't think I have my ladder with me. Yeah, the orange one won't reach it, unfortunately. So this guy fell right off. That's how long it takes to light this thing, guys, when you're just starting it up. You got to hold the gas down so the gas flows and gets all the air out of the lines, because it just fills back up with air when you have it off for a while. Nothing yet. I'll wait for it. Kind of readjust my decorative stuff here while we're waiting. I can hear pressure, but I can't see the flame yet, so kind of one of those things where I'm just screwing around with this thing. Stu recommended a bleeder valve, but hopefully when I'm in here full time, the gas will always be on and I won't have to be doing this ever again, because it takes a long time and it's kind of annoying. Nothing yet. I can smell a little bit of propane, but nothing. Normally you'll hear it going. There it goes. We got her. You guys hear that? Kind of hear the flame bouncing around a bit. Finally. Good stuff. So what you want to do now is you want to hold it down for at least a minute. That way it brings the power pile, in this case, up to temperature. Power pile is just like a thermocouple, but bigger. So you want to hold it down for a good minute, guys. Bring that thing up to temperature so it will trigger the safety in the gas valve that says, okay, I have a pilot established, you can let go of me. and we'll go from there. So I'm going to slowly back this guy off. First time firing this up since the move, guys, so I'm going to slowly back it off. Hopefully it hit temperature. Okay, it did. So I'm going to then turn the knob to on, and then I'm closing this guy back up because I want to run the fireplace. Oh look, and it was calling for heat, so I didn't have to do anything. Where's the remote? Remote says, whoa, remote says dead battery, or almost. So we'll get on that. What do we set at here, temperature wise? Power. Oh, I got it just on, I guess. Okay, that'll work too. So hopefully my battery doesn't die, guys. And what I did was I brought the CFM detector over here, right here. So I'm going to use that to check the fan speed of the blower motor in this thing. But first, I'll bring you over here and turn the inverter on. It does take a while for the blower to kick in, and we're on here and max speed here. So that's wrong. It says it's drawing 0 watts. There's a standby wattage, I know, but at least we'll be good. I got all the windows open in the tiny house, guys. It is nice out, and I'm trying to do this on a cooler day, which I am. So that's the main thing. I'll show you guys the temperature in here. Whoops. Oh, I brought my new garden hose over, the bleach, all that good stuff. And let's check the temperature inside. 23.5 Celsius, 58% humidity, 26.5% or 26.5 Celsius outside with 69% humidity. All right, let's check out that view one more time. You guys, I can't get sick of that view. That's pretty nice. I can clean it up a bit too. I'll do that eventually, but priority right now is getting everything going here. Right now, guys, what I did is I actually ordered my solar panel racking for the tiny house, and let me drop the camera just so you guys can see the fireplace a little bit better there. Yeah, so nothing yet, of course, because there's a disc in there that's temperature sensitive, and when that burner gets up to that temperature, it'll send electricity to the blower motor to come on. So that's what I'm waiting for. So I'll get the CFM detector ready here, and what this does is measure the speed of the fan, and this is what I need to know before replacing the motor with anything. Now, one thing I can say, guys, is smoking a little bit because of the dust. It's fanning properly though. One thing I can say is with this first test, it'll burn all the dust off so you don't get that smell in the fall, early winter. When you first fire everything up, that smell will be now gone and burned off. But I'm going to hold this little thing up to the blower, which is just above the fire in this case, and it's going to give me a reading, and we'll be able to tell what the hell's going on with the fan speed on this thing, because I never liked the fan speed from since I bought it, and I've spent a few nights in here, and the one night in the blizzard, which you know, what you guys probably saw, which was pretty crazy. But one thing that could be happening with the motor in here, since this power pack that is giving it electricity is only a modified sine wave, and it is a motor. Motors do not like modified sine wave, and then maybe that's why it's running shitty. And I've only powered it with that device there, which is a modified sine wave. I could maybe get a pure sine wave hooked up and then test it through that to see if it increases the CFMs, which it probably would. But then again, that motor draws a lot of power, guys. And in the wintertime, power's a premium. And one thing you don't want to lose on your in the wintertime is your heat. So that's why I'm kind of thinking I want to downgrade the motor but increase the fan speed. That way it's not going to overheat the fireplace at all. It's going to do what it's functioned to do, but at a lower power level. Because right now that thing's running 60 watts on full. And that's quite a bit of power in the winter, because you're not bringing that much in unless you have a massive array. Now, I don't know exactly how well it's going to work for now until I'm in here, but this is why I'm doing all these tests and everything like that. It's actually 10 a.m. in the morning where I'm at, and it is the 24th of August. You guys will probably see this video way later, but that's the way it is. Nothing yet. It's gonna be a while, guys. And the other thing I don't know yet is will the how long the propane cylinder, the regular size propane cylinder that everybody has basically for barbecues and stuff, how long that'll last to run this fireplace. Because apparently I was talking to some people and they say you might be surprised how long one of those will last to run your fireplace, because these things don't burn a lot of propane, believe it or not. So that's kind of nice. I can feel the heat back here already, guys. And it's only been on, what, you guys tell me, timed. And the bed is only just right here now, so it's a lot closer than when I was in the blizzard. So I'm guessing this thing will keep me nice and toasty in the winter. However, I did when I came in here for the blizzard sleepover, it was from a dead cold, so I had to warm everything up, and that took most of the time, and then I had to shut it off because my power inverter ran out of power, and I was pretty much screwed for the rest of the time there. But thankfully I had that little LED light bulb from Primo and his power pack, which got me through the night. I turned that sucker on under the covers, and that actually throws a good amount of heat under there, so it was basically my little heater, survival heater at the time. So you guys probably heard me talk about that before, unless you're new to the channel, so welcome if you're new. And yeah, let's check the vent pipe. Oh yeah, she's venting good. No cold spots, anything like that. So that's what I was concerned about, because when we moved the tiny house, guys, I was kind of riding right over here next to the fireplace, and I heard something happen, like I heard some kind of material go whoop. So I don't know if it was the internal vent pipe inside there or not. But right now everything seems to be venting properly out the pipe. So I'm just waiting for this thing to come on so we can see exactly how much this thing blows. Oh, I can show you while we're waiting. I'll drop the camera down. Here I brought the bleach over, guys, for the water tanks. And I also brought over my replacement wicks. Oh, the fan just kicked on. So I'm going to do my test right now. You guys hear that? So I'm gonna, okay, we got feet per minute, and it's by 10, times 10, okay? So I'm gonna put that in front of the blower. It's pretty friggin' hot right here. Ow. Hard to get a reading, but let's do this. Okay, I'm getting 33, 34, 33, 33 times 10, which is 330 feet per minute. So I have to match that or exceed that by my little my little USB fans, okay? So now that I know that, I'll test it again, make sure. $31, $30, $32. Okay, so it's actually about 30, believe it or not. And that's on max. That doesn't sound like much, guys. Like, I can feel the blow to just about here. And that's like 4 feet from the fireplace, guys, where my hand is right here. Just barely feel it on my arm. So that's about 4 feet. So I'm shutting the fireplace off because I don't need any more heat in here. Off you go. I think I got it switched on down there. Let me just check. I'll bring you guys with me because you're the light. Yeah, it's on, so we want it on remote. There we go. Remote, and as you can see, it shut off. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the power on to get rid of the heat, but I'm going to shut the propane tank off. And that'll kill the pilot light, obviously, down below. The pilot light will run because it's going to suck whatever gas is left in the lines out. There's the pilot light you guys can see. Let me zoom in a bit. So there's a lot of gas in those lines, believe it or not. I shut the propane off, almost a minute ago now. And look at, it's still going. So all my gas that the propane's feeding is, you know, there's a lot of gas in my pipes now, so it's got to slowly eat all that up until that pilot light totally shuts itself off because lacking of fuel. But it's a good idea to leave the inverter going to blow to get rid of the excess heat left over. And that was kind of a good burn off. Oh, pilot light's kind of flickering out. There it goes. And it's gone. Excellent. Perfect. It's always best to be safe, guys, when you're dealing with this stuff. You gotta be smart and safe, you know. So I'm gonna leave that blowing, and I'm gonna write down. Well, it's about it's 30, right? So I don't have to write anything down. So 30. Let me adjust the camera here, guys. Sorry, the battery's almost dying on my camera. But so 30, which times 10 was 300 feet per minute. So now what I do is I'm going to take this same meter, guys, and I'm going to run 3 of those 12 volt fans. But the trick is I have to do it in a way that I'm not right up against the fans, because that's not how this motor works. The motor is hitting a plate in there and then coming up and out. So I kind of have to do it with a restriction in the way to make sure that, you know, it's going to work or not. Because I may need bigger fans, more powerful fans. I don't know. We'll find out. That's why I'm doing all this testing now. Like, if I was to do this in the wintertime, in the dead of winter, I'd be dying in here because it'd be so cold. But it's best to get it done now. So yeah. So, oh yeah, the solar racking anyway on the roof. I ordered that from the guy I know. Apparently he's going to give me a decent deal on that stuff, so that'll be good. So that racking order will just get me, as far as I know, will get me 6 of my solar panels up on the roof. And I want to put them in the far corner of the roof, the front of the roof facing the house next door. And I'll go from there. The battery light is on, so it's going to die and shut off at any moment, but that's okay. So anyway, that's the plan, guys. I'm going to put 6 panels up. If I can get the racking up before winter this year, awesome. Bonus. I still need to get the bolts, washers, nuts, lock washers, all that stuff in either aluminum or stainless so they don't rust and I'll never have issues with them. So that will be the plan, hooking that up. If I get the racking up this year, awesome, because that means next year all I gotta do is throw the panels up there, do a little bit of drilling to get the panels bolted into the racking, and then hook up the wiring, hook it up to a charge controller and then a battery, and then hook up one of my inverters, and then I have power in the tiny house for the first time. Other than me bringing a portable power pack over here. But permanent power. And so that's going to be exciting. So pretty nice in here, guys. I kind of would leave the windows open all the time. It's, when I'm in here, guys, living in here full time, these windows aren't going to close unless it's the winter time. Because it's so nice here. I get a nice breeze through here. It's I'll probably leave the door open as well all the time because it's just excellent. So I'm just waiting for my inverter to shut off. When that happens, the disc inside there, the temperature disc in the fireplace, will actually tell. It'll drop below the set temperature in there, and that will kill the power to the motor. So whatever that's set at, like 80 degrees or something like that, who knows. And then I can shut the inverter off, unplug the fireplace, and head out back home. So I thought this was a good test I needed to do. I also have to come back on a day when the my neighbor, the tenant's here, so I can find the water spigot on the house, which I think's in the garage, and then run my lines into the water storage totes, fill those up, and then dump bleach in, test all my plumbing, all that stuff. But that'll be plenty of video to come. And then video of me possibly putting up the racking. I don't like the idea of bringing my new camera up on a roof and it falling over, especially the price of this one. So I may or may not show that, but I can show you on the ground level what the plan is and go from there. But I kind of explained that in my other video, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Pierre from the Facebook group that's been on the videos before with me here said he's interested in coming back for a new visit at the new location here, so we'll have to set that up with him sometime. He's done a drive-by already in the river from a boat, a friend's boat. I guess they were going out pleasure cruising, and that was kind of neat. So he got to get photos of the tiny house from the river, what it looks like. The little opening there. It's not too out in the open, like, wow, here I am. So it's kind of a good thing that he did that and took some nice pictures. So thanks, Pierre, for that. and hopefully we'll have him over soon, and yeah, hang out and check everything out. But yeah, for now, guys, I'm just kind of waiting for this to go, and my camera's gonna die, and that's all I can tell you. So I'm gonna end the video now, and we'll talk to you guys later. Till next time, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House, and the warm Off-Grid Tiny House because of the fireplace has been on. So we'll talk to you guys later.